Everyone starting YouTube automation wants to automate their business and basically have it run in the background without working. And of course, it's called YouTube automation. So that is the dream that many want to achieve. But most of you do not understand what you can actually automate, how to do it, and what is needed from your side to automate everything. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through my whole automation system and also make sure that you understand what you can automate and what you have to do yourself in YouTube automation and how to basically make it run as smooth as you can and as automated as you can, so you can see if that's possible for you depending on your time and your income and your investment range for YouTube automation. All right. So look, everyone wants to automate their channel. But the first question is asking what actually automation is and what you're going to be automating, because YouTube exists of many different variables and sites, so to say. And in the end, to quickly visualize it, what we just want to do is have an ID, make a script, make a voiceover, edit a video, make a thumbnail, and upload, right? That is the core process of YouTube automation. So what of that can we automate and what do we need for that? Basically what it comes down to is the video creation process, right? So yeah, you find a niche, you come up with a niche, you find the videos in your niche, and then you have to start making videos. But the video process exists out of these four sites that I just showed you. Like, it's the idea you have, you make a script, the voiceover, the edit, the thumbnail, and then you upload the video. But what of this is the automation part? Like, where does the automation come in? What can you outsource? What do you do yourself? And all that stuff, right? So the first thing you have to decide when you're doing YouTube automation is, are you going to make videos yourself, or are you going to outsource a lot of work? This is the core start of if you can automate stuff and what you're going to be automating. Because if you're going to make videos yourself, you're going to use, and this is this is video as its whole. It's not necessarily the video editing, because yeah, within the video creation part, you can outsource some parts and you can do some stuff yourself. So the first question you have to ask yourself when you want to automate things and start YouTube automation is, how are you going to be making the videos? Are you going to be doing this yourself, or are you going to outsource the work? And the deeper question here is, are you going to do the script writing yourself and the voice acting yourself, or are you going to hire freelancers for the scripting and the voiceover? Are you going to edit videos yourself, and how are you going to edit them? Or are you going to outsource the video editing part? So instead of just thinking automation, automate everything, ask yourself, how much money do I have? How much money can I spend on this every single month? And which parts can I outsource and then automate with some other software? And which parts do I do myself because I'm capped with my budget, for example? So what I see in most cases with the clients that I work with in my Faceless Tuber School is that they do part themselves and part outsourced, which makes a lot of sense, right? And apart from that, if you are new, do not try to think about doing everything through automation and automating everything from the start. It's important that you know and understand all the different skills and the, so to say, the supply chain of how to produce videos and start channels. Okay. Now, if let's say you say, okay, I'm going to be creating these videos, I'm going to do it partly myself, partly outsourced, then you need to know what videos you're going to be making, how they have to look, and what tools you need to make those videos and outsource this work and automate it. Okay, so the easiest setup that I would recommend anyone starting with is to do the ideation yourself, to do the scripts yourself, the voiceovers yourself. Thumbnails you can do yourself or you can outsource it, but to do the editing outsourced. So outsource the editing. And the steps in between you can automate with different softwares to make that more streamlined. But the truth is that the video editing is just the hardest part to do, and depending on the channel you're running, you will need to either use an AI tool to come up with your videos, you need to maybe download real life footage from YouTube or from other shows or series or stuff, and then cut it together in an editing software like CapCut, for example. This just takes a lot of time. Getting the AI images, maybe making the B-roll, getting the footage in CapCut, even with VidRush, which is an like AI editing tool, it still takes some time to do yourself. And this is why I always recommend to outsource the video editing when you're starting out, either with Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. If you hire a video editor, all you have to do is make a profile, you make a job post, you hire them, you tell them your SOPs, how you want your channel to look, and you review the work that they give you. Usually a 12-minute video for YouTube automation you can get like for $30 to $50 on average. So let's say your monthly investment range is, let's say, $500 for making videos, and every video is $30, you can make 16 videos a month, which is a very good starting ground for testing channels with. With this budget, you can test 1, maybe 2 channels every single month until you find something what works. And this is also a good point to know, where you don't have to automate everything from the start. You find something what works. You're probably going to test some channels and kill them. So you don't want to completely automate everything if you still are in the testing phases of these channels. So you're going to find and gather the tools you need yourself to make the script and the voiceovers, for example, and thumbnails, and then you're going to outsource the video editing, for example. Now, let's say you have the parts in place that we have here, so the ID, script, voiceover, thumbnail, and upload. You can then automate the parts that connect these different skills and assets. So again, let's say for the script, you're going to write it yourself using an AI prompt, and Claude or ChatGPT. For the voiceovers, you're going to use 11 Labs. These are the tools you are using to make it, right? So for the edit, you're going to use VidRush or a freelancer, or you're going to get CapCut and download the footage yourself. So these tools help you automate the process, but if you really want to automate it, you still have to connect the dots with different tools and softwares. So the way I do this, for example, is if I go the step from ID to script. This step, ID script, what I do here is I have an Excel sheet in which I fill in my IDs. And then in Trello, for one channel I make one Trello board. And then with Make, you can make a connection where if you click Go, sort of, you can make it so that the 10 IDs that you put in an Excel sheet all go to Trello and all have like the title and one different box in Trello. And then once it's in Trello, you can have an automation with Make and 11 Labs and Trello that the script gets sent to 11 Labs, the voiceover gets Make with the voice you want, and then Make will put that voiceover file back in your Trello board and move it to the next step. Okay, so again, these down here are how you actually make the asset that you're making, and then this here is how you connect it with each other to automate it. So in the past, if you don't have this, let's say you have an ID, and then you're going to turn it into a script. You have to open your Google Drive, you have to open a new Word file, you have to use the AI prompt with Claude to write the script, and then copy paste it into the script, right? If you make this step, you just have it go from ID to script, you run the command, and then the script gets written and put into the Trello board as a file. And then you can run the other Trello command to make the script get turned into the voiceover. And then the voiceover file will be added to your Trello board. So this is where the automation is cool, because you do not have to download your script, open up 11 Labs, create your voiceover, download the file, upload the file to Drive, and then link the Drive to Trello. Okay, see, this is the automation part. So if you make this automation, you automatically, when you have a script, you click the button, it goes to 11 Labs, and the voiceover gets added to your Trello board again. And these are the automation steps that you can make with those automations. So it's Trello, 11 Labs, and Make for the script to voiceover. With the voiceover to edit, it's a bit more difficult. So if you have an editor that makes your videos, at least he can go into Trello, download the script and voiceover, and he makes the video. If you use other stuff like VidRush, you still need to go in there and put your video together. Or if you use other tools like CapCut, you still have to gather the footage together. This really depends on the niche that you're in and what you can automate in that niche using tools or freelancers that you have. Same with the thumbnail. Do you get a graphic designer to do it for you? Do you make the thumbnail in Pixels, an AI tool? Or do you make it in any other tool like Canva or Photoshop, for example? This yeah, usually or is not fully automated yet, or I haven't seen people fully automate this process of the editing and the thumbnail yet. And if it is, it's usually like AI slop kind of looking. So focus on automating the ideating, scripting, voiceover parts, where this doesn't cost you any time. The editing and the thumbnail, I would still like get a freelancer to do that, or do these little parts yourself and just add it to the trial board and then upload your video. Okay. For now, when you are a beginner, you probably don't even have to think about all this stuff yet. The thing that you can start with doing is just, okay, you get into YouTube automation, see what your budget is, see how much you can outsource, what you have to do yourself, see which skills you have to learn. So yeah, I would tell you like do the scripts and the voiceover yourself, maybe make a few videos yourself, make a few thumbnails yourself. Once you have a channel that is established, is getting views, then you can start looking at making some automations like this. So first of all, you make sure that you have a video editor in place. Then you can make the automation from the idea to the script to the voiceover, so it doesn't cost you any time. And this way, if you have this basic thing here set up, you just do niche research, you find 15 videos at the start of the month, you put it in your sheet, scripts and voiceovers get made, your editor makes the videos, the thumbnails you can get someone for, or you can make it yourself, and then you just upload it, or you tell the editor, the freelancer, to upload your videos for you, and then you just add the metadata, the title, and the thumbnail to it and schedule it in. All right. So this is the basic outline of the whole like automation process when it comes to YouTube automation, and also why, yeah, you still have to do some work yourself when starting out. Okay. You have the overview now. This is how you automate the videos. If you have any questions about this, ask them in the comments below. I found a bit more information on my 5M system of how to start and scale YouTube automation channels, and how I've helped multiple people do $3, $5, and even $15,000 a month with this. Watch the video on screen here.